The last thing I do that's really important is water. I grew up drinking juice as a kid. I was the apple juice kid. My sister made a lot of fun of me, and she would do water and a little splash of juice, and I'd juice, 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 juice. Well, it didn't do well for me, because juice is basically do a glass like this, you've taken 5 apples and you've taken the sugary part out of it, and you drink that, and you're throwing all the phytonutrients and all the fiber and all the anti-cancer agents, whoop, right out the door, and you got a bunch of sugar. So I started 6 years ago to go, okay, I'm going to start liking water. I really am. I can do this. I did medical school. I can do this. I did residency 72 hours straight, no sleep. I can get over juice. Okay. So step by step, I would start with this much water, this much juice. Then, titrating it up. Now I just drink water, but it does matter what kind of water you drink. Most water, particularly in this country, is not good for you. I don't know if you know what they do to tap water. By regulation, water needs to stay at a certain pH. 7 is where it should be. So if it is too acidic, they add lye. That's soap. I don't think I want to be doing lye in what I'm drinking to make it the right pH so that the water treatment plant doesn't get in trouble with the federal government. What they also do with drinking water is they add chlorine to it sometimes because there's too many bacteria they have found. They add fluoride. We're trying to decrease the amount of fluoride in the water because people are getting fluorosis, which is toxicity from too much fluoride, because there's fluoride in the toothpaste, fluoride on the dental floss. There is fluoride, fluoride, fluoride. Kids go for their dental visits and they get fluoride treatments. I'm not going to digress on fluoride. We could do that a whole nother day. But let's talk about water. The best water I have found is alkalinized. And as you know, you want your body to be around 7.4 pH. That's where the blood is. That's the best pH for all of us. The more acidic you get more illness. People who have acid problems form kidney stones. What is a kidney stone? It's calcium oxalate. What is gout? Uric acid crystals in a joint. That hurts very much and the joint gets big, red, and swollen. It's usually the great toe. Acidity leads to cancer, leads to arthritis, leads to a lot of dis-ease. So when you're in a very acidic environment, cells will break down. They are able to structure it so that you make alkaline water and acid water at the same time. I use the acid water to clean vegetables with, to clean countertops, because 2.5 pH, it's like Coca-Cola. If you took that litmus paper that Barbara was talking about for your saliva pH, dip that in Coke, 2.5. Your stomach acid is 1.0. People who live on soda are very acidic. Some of you have seen in my exam rooms, there's a pH chart with all the food on it, and I think some of you took copies of it home. I have that up in my own home. Things that are acidic: coffee, black tea, stress, lack of sleep, negative thinking, aspartame, NutraSweet, Splenda, Coke, Pepsi, Fanta. Things that are very alkaline. This is the really fun part. Cucumbers are like 10. They are like so alkaline. They're so good for you. Eat your cucumbers. Make sure they're organic because they spray them heavily. So when you drink this water, you are actually making yourself healthy. Not just maintaining, you are making yourself healthy, because I make 9.5 water at home. So when I'm drinking my water, I'm not just hydrating, I'm making myself alkaline. It's also ionized. Water tends to be polarized, bunched together in clumps. When you have water sitting like this would be, we would call this dead water. If you looked at it under a microscope, it would be groups of 20 molecules holding on together. It's fascinating. What happens is, it's like the water's coming down a waterfall. As the water's coming down a waterfall, it's hitting all these rocks. It's breaking it up into little groups of 5 or 6 molecules. Now, when you drink water with 5 or 6 molecules, it actually will penetrate the cells. If you have this big molecule of 20 molecules together, that doesn't penetrate your cells. There's some people who will drink 2 gallons of water a day and still be dehydrated because the water isn't penetrating the cells. It's staying in the bloodstream and you're peeing it out. The second best is reverse osmosis. People have those filters or the Brita water filters, that's activated charcoal filtration. That's next. The next kind of water is spring water. I'm not a big fan. When you have water flowing near rocks and things, you'll pick up some calcium, maybe some other minerals, but again, like we talked about earlier, you can't do anything with those minerals. Those are rock forms. When people eat oyster shell calcium, I go, would you sit there and eat an oyster shell? You can't. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. So you really want your calcium from broccoli, spinach, the plant kingdom. I know a lot of you have spent a lot of money trying to learn what works. I'm just trying to tell you what I know works after many years of study. And if you go to the grocery store and you get a gallon of water, purified spring water, it could be from the next town over. I mean, don't believe everything you read. When you get something, spring water, okay, spring from where? What is the purity of that water? Advertising is really all about them selling you a product. It's not about your health. Walk down any supermarket aisle. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos from It's All About Energy, but there's some really funny ones. You know, you walk down the aisle with your child and, you know, these packages almost jump out at your child. They're pink, they're green, they have little animals on them, and, you know, your child is wanting these because they're attractive. And they also play on your memory. Like, there are certain things, we always grew up with Ritz crackers. So you see the Ritz sign and you go, well, that must be good, or some athlete or some fun person you know advertises for them. That doesn't make it good. It's very bad for you. Most of these things have hydrogenated oils, palm oil, who knows what. So just be very careful when you're buying things. Buyer beware. Stay on the perimeter of the grocery store. A lot of us have talked about this. You know, the safe zone is the produce aisle. You go in those inner aisles, you're in trouble, because there's chemicals, pesticides, dyes, food dye number 4, number 6, who knows what's in there. And they really are not there for your benefit. There is someone who wants to make a lot of money off of you and off the American public and off the kids. So just be very, very careful. These are the 5 things that I do every day.